Okay, we're back to answering questions from God's Word, and we got a real zinger for you today. It is, does the Bible teach tithing? And if so, who's supposed to tithe? Where do you tithe? When do you tithe? I'm sure you're thinking to yourself, of course he's answering that question. Ministers are always talking about money. Actually, it's right here on the piece of paper, and not just one person sending it in, but I'm trying to sort of group them all together. Let me just say, first of all, that often you'll hear people say, tithing is the old covenant, we're under the new covenant. Actually, there are some things that predate the Old Testament law. The Bible teaches us that Abraham brought tithes to Melchizedek several hundred years before the law was even instituted. They were tithing time in the Old Testament too, and long before the law was ever instituted, and giving the portion that belongs to God, including 1 day a week, goes all the way back to the Garden of Eden, all right? So I think it was Stephen Olford who said, the great pastor from Calvary Church in New York City many years ago. He's with the Lord now, but Stephen Olford said that that tithing was neither instituted by the law nor abrogated, I had to look that word up, by Jesus Christ. Okay? So it can't be eliminated by the replacement of grace with law because it predates the law, and we still give 1 day a week to God. That's in the Garden of Eden, and I believe that the first portion of our income belongs to God. 10% is a good starting place, but as we receive more in the New Testament, more light, more grace, we give more, and we've always given far beyond our tithe. I can say there's a lot of things in my life that I would do different, lots of them. I hope you have some of those too. But Kathy and I had this from the very, very beginning. Don't have God's money at your house. The first portion of your income belongs to God. Now, who tithes? Christ followers, people who are under the authority of God's Word. Where do we tithe? We tithe through our local church. And the last verses in Malachi talk about bring all the tithe into the storehouse. And our church is the Home Church Network, and if you're part of that, you can tithe to the Home Church Network. If you have another church that you're part of, one of the people that's asking the tithing question here is saying, we belong to a, she names the denomination, I'm not going to say it, we belong to a blank denomination here in Japan, hello Japan, and but I don't want to tithe to the denomination of this church that's right around the corner from her, so you should tithe to your local church, the place where you worship, the place where you serve, and then offerings are for other ministries as the Lord leads. Tithe to the local church, offerings go to ministries that you believe are honoring God and serving Him in fruitful ways. And those decisions are decisions that you'll answer to the Lord for, so make them prayerfully and make them wisely. Does the Bible teach tithing? Yes. Who, where, when. So the New Testament does add to the revelation of the Old Testament. So some things we learn in the New Testament that they gave on the first day of the week. So I think as soon as you are paid, every time you're paid, you should, at your first opportunity of worship, or now you can even do it online, you should give the portion of the income that belongs to God. And they gave on the first day of the week. They gave as the Lord had prospered them. They gave with cheerful hearts. The Bible makes it very clear, if you don't want to give, don't give. You think you could do more with, how many times have I said this? In fact, one of the questioners quotes me as saying, how did I say it? 90% with you and God is more than 100% with you on your own. And that's what I believe, and that's what we've seen true again and again. 90% with you and God is more than 100% with you on your own. And if you leave God out of your financial planning, that's what you are. You're on your own. So bring all of the tithes into the storehouse and see if I will not open the windows of heaven and pour out a blessing for you that you cannot contain. Prove it true. Prove the tithe. God will show you He's faithful to His word. And so tithing for today, yes. Who? You, if you're a Christ follower. Where? Your local church. When? At your first opportunity. Thanks for writing in.